Hello and welcome back everyone. Today we're taking a closer look at one of the most represented mythical creature from Greek mythology, the giant one-eyed Cyclops. We'll explore their origins and history as well as some of the most important myths and legends about them, as well as their place in today's pop culture. When talking about the origins of Cyclops from an historical point of view, some people believe that the first tales of giant one-eyed creatures might have spurred from the first contact between the ancient Greek civilization and fossils of elephant skulls. The reason being, elephant skulls have a single hole in the middle, where the trunk is supposed to be, and for someone who's never seen that before, it's easy to compare the animal's skull to a human's, but with one single massive eye in the middle. The German scholar Walter Burkert also suggests that ancient groups of lesser gods and other creatures, such as Cyclops in this case, might mirror cult associations. He believed that the Smith guilds lie behind the origins of the Cyclops legends in ancient Greece. The Smiths used to wear a single eye patch to protect themselves from the flying sparks when they worked. Also, because blacksmithing was a demanding job, they had to be very strong, and therefore the men who filled these positions would have been extremely well built. That image of strong men with a single eye skilled in blacksmithing might be another explanation about the origins of Cyclops. Now about mythology. In classical Greek mythology, Cyclops were said to be the offspring of Uranos, the primal god that personified the sky, and Gaia, the primal goddess that personified the earth. There were originally three of them: Arges, Steropes, and Brontes, and each of them had a single eye in the middle of their forehead and had tremendous strength. The physical description of Cyclops went through several changes since they first appeared in ancient literature. For example, in the Homeric poems, the Cyclops were presented as a gigantic, ruthless, and lawless race of giant one-eyed shepherds who lived in the southwestern part of Sicily and devoured human beings. In Hesiod's Theogony, the three Cyclops, Arges, Steropes, and Brontes, were said to be giants with a single eye in the middle of their forehead and a foul disposition. And just like their brothers, the Hecatoncheires, they were the primordial sons of Gaia and Uranos. These three Cyclops had a very important role in Greek mythology. After being thrown down to Tartarus by their father, Uranos, and then freed for a moment, only to be thrown down there once again by Kronos because he feared their power, they were finally freed one last time by Zeus, the king of the Olympians, to help him during the Titanomachy. The Cyclops were known to be exceptional blacksmiths, and thus, in return for being freed, they made unique and powerful weapons for the gods. They gave Zeus thunder and thunderbolts to wield, as well as a magical helmet for Hades, and finally a trident for the god of the sea, Poseidon. Armed with these, the three gods overpowered the Titans and won the war. Another very famous Cyclops in Greek mythology is Polyphemus. In Homer's Odyssey, following the Trojan War, the hero Odysseus decided to go back home to claim his place as the rightful king of Ithaca. It took him 10 years to do so, and during these 10 years, he lived many adventures. In one of them, a scouting party led by the hero landed on an island and discovered a very large cave. They entered the cave and feasted on all the food they could find there. However, that cave was the home of Polyphemus, a powerful Cyclops and son of the god Poseidon. The Cyclops soon returned home, and when he found the trespassers, he decided to capture them. He then went ahead and ate several crew members, but Odysseus was able to come up with a cunning plan to escape. The Greek hero gave him some of his strong unwatered wine to drink, and later, when the Cyclops asked for the hero's name, he told him that it was Autis, which was the Greek word for nobody. Later, when the drunk giant had fallen asleep, Odysseus took a branch from the fire and drove it through Polyphemus' unique eye. The Cyclops' cries of help were then heard by other Cyclops farther away. However, when they heard that the one causing him all that pain was nobody, they didn't even bother coming to help him. In the end, Odysseus and his crew were able to run away in the morning by tying themselves up under the bellies of the sheep that belonged to the Cyclops. Of course, since he was blind, he couldn't tell that his sheep were carrying the people that did that to him. And in the end, they were able to get to their ship and sail away from the island. Cyclops have always been an enduring image in art and literature. The story of Odysseus and Polyphemus was very popular back in ancient Greece, and it still is one of the most popular myths from Greek mythology today, and has had several adaptations in the cinema, for example. They are among the most popular mythical creatures originating from Greek mythology after all, which is why we often find them included in movies, novels, and video games. This concludes today's video about Cyclops. If you enjoyed it and wish to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe and share the video. Thanks again for everyone following the channel, it's very much appreciated. Now then, thanks again and I'll see you all very soon for more.